The fifth topic is probably, for me, the worst topic. Yeah, it's mechanical and equipment maintenance and repairs and breakdowns. Those three things. It can be daunting and it can be taxing. I mean, just honestly speaking, it's um well, I guess if my wife wasn't helping me out on the administrative side, the business side of all the documents would be hard to keep up with as well. So if you're truly a sole owner and you don't have anybody helping you whatsoever, the financial side, the documents side of administrative stuff, payroll, all that stuff is a challenge. And I hate administrative stuff. Honestly, I just despise it. But I think for me, even more challenging than that is equipment failures and repairs and maintenance. When you've got a lot of work and your equipment's running well, keeping up with the maintenance is hard because when do you stop working to do the maintenance? That's a challenge. It's hard to build time in for that. If you have equipment and it breaks down on the site, you have to get out of tree mode and get into mechanic mode and get it fixed if you can, because that's a lot more practical than stopping and leaving the job just to send it to somebody and wait for 3 days for them to even look at it, like it gets around here sometimes, if you have that capability. But like equipment failure probably is the worst of it all. So like my chipper broke down on me on the middle of a big clearing job, and I just had to rent a chipper, and I lost money that I potentially would have made because the chipper was down. So not only did I have to pay for the rental, but I also had to pay for the maintenance. All in all, it probably cost me $1,100 for everything. So that was disappointing because you hardly ever bill into your work time and your, estimates breakdowns on equipment and rental of replacement equipment. You just don't do that as a general rule. You hope that your equipment runs. Just recently, I spent a ton of money getting a truck together, and that truck failed on me. It just broke down. And the repairs aren't worth the value of the truck. Or the truck isn't worth the value of repairs, I should say, in my opinion. So now I'm purchasing a different truck. And, it's of course it happens at like the lowest income point of the year. So I'm dealing with that. And you're either fixing something, about to fix something, or trying to figure out how to get something fixed. It's like non-stop almost, or maintaining it. It's that probably is the most daunting. Like I was talking about the trailer wiring earlier. It's probably one of the most daunting tasks to me to keep up with. It is, and not only like heavy maintenance or heavy equipment, or not even just the bigger equipment like chippers and trucks and trailers and all that stuff, but also climbing equipment if you're a climber. There are some benefits sometimes to leasing or renting, which we can go into as well. And that's a whole nother topic, but even that's not a 100% solution. I know a guy who rents all of his equipment, most of it chippers, and his man lift that he uses, his pull behind lift, and they get on the maintenance faster. But when they're busy, he may be without a lift for days. I know he was without a lift for like a week or something once. And he wants, if they have another lift, they'll let you use the other lift because you have a monthly rental based on a year's time or whatever. But the thing with that is if they have another lift, and this place is almost always out of lifts, so you're still stuck when your equipment goes down. And that is a definitely challenging thing because it messes with everything. So it messes with your scheduling. It messes with your income. It messes with looking for work, because now all your jobs that you had, you don't know when you'll get them done exactly, and so it's hard to book other work. And now you're looking for specific work that you can do that's only climbing, or work that you can do that's on clearing only, or whatever it might be. So yeah, it's there's definitely some challenges with the whole equipment failure stuff, and it's definitely one of the 5 things I think that you should have in mind before you get into this business. And that all equates, once again, money. And when you get into equipment failure stuff, often it's not cheap stuff. We're talking hydraulic pumps going out, gas engines going out. Tires aren't that big of a deal, but they're still expensive when you have to replace them, especially if you're pulling your chipper or trailer down the road and you have a blowout and it ruins your rim, because now you've got a rim cost and things like that. So yeah, it's the whole equipment thing is the biggest challenge I have for sure, without a doubt. So yeah, I think that those are definitely 5 things that you guys should keep in mind. So hope this was beneficial for you. If you're getting started in a tree service company that's small, or if you are already the owner and you haven't really thought through all this stuff, maybe it'll give you some things to think about. Maybe you've thought about most of it. Most likely you have if you already own your company and it's operating. If not, you might just, have a few key points that you hadn't really thought about that now you want to think about, and maybe can pre-plan for those. Okay, so hope that helps you guys out. And we'll conclude here. So in the end, I can't say that I wouldn't own my own tree service company. I really like what I do. I like the control I have over things. We can talk about 5 reasons to start your own tree service company, because they're definitely worth it if you have the mindset that I have. But I do think that there are 5 things that you should know about for sure. So don't forget that you can always reach out to me or others in the industry. There are a number of guys out there that are really happy to help out where they can, whether it be selecting good quality equipment, or whether it be tips that we've learned through our hard knocks of life. And this goes for everybody. I don't care if you're next door to me and you're trying to get your tree service company going. I think that there's pretty much enough work for everybody, and I like to consider cooperation my focus on the business. Yeah, we're in competition to some degree, but I'd rather help you out and you help me out than be at odds with each other. So yeah, reach out if you have any extra questions that I can help you with, or look for those that you trust online who can help you out and deal with that kind of stuff as well. Also, don't forget, if you haven't, swing by, check out GapArboristSupply.com. The guys over at Gap Arbor Supply in Gap, Pennsylvania are really stellar. They're on top of things and they really want to help you out, and they're doing a really good job. They have good prices, and I think that they're worth a plug. That's their hashtag that they use, so go check that out as well, and definitely check by their website, and you can find the link to their website in the description of these videos, as well as in the description of this podcast. So once again, thanks everybody for stopping by. Glad to be able to bring you episode 2 of season 2. I wasn't really sure I'd get this far in podcasting, and I'm glad that I have. So hope to see you guys and hear from you guys in the next one. Bye.